Hello, everyone. Today is Wednesday, June 10th, 2020. Right now, the market has closed. Let's take a look at the market today. Um, the S&P 500 E-mini is down a little bit, and I don't see that's anything to be worried because the money is just switching between one sector to another. So today, the S&P 500 is actually down. The Dow Jones is down, but the Nasdaq is still up, right? So if you look at this, so the money just switching between sectors and sectors and companies, and the market just continued to go up. Definitely do not short this market. Okay, you cannot catch a top, and you didn't catch the top, you didn't catch a bottom, and you are not going to catch the top. So don't think that you're smarter than the market. Don't think that you can absolutely pick the top and bottom. That's not gonna happen to you. That's not gonna happen to me, and it's not gonna happen to 99.9% of us. Unless you're lucky, you can short or long at the exact turning point. Not gonna happen. So today the not gonna do anything here. The market is quite a bit extended. You can see the slope is getting, it's pretty obvious, the slope is getting more and more vertical. So as the market going more vertical, um, the risk for this to have a correction through space or corrections through time will happen. So I in this video I really want to talk about what is correction through space and correction through time. So corrections through space would be something like this, where you have a initial. Let's talk about from upside perspective. You have initial rally, you have a more severe corrections that retracts, making it creating a dip. Then you keep going up, then creating a dip again, go up, creating a dip again. So that is correction through space, which is very common in a upward trending market. For example, here we have a correction through space a couple times, where you have a pretty sharp retraction relative to the overall trend. We also have correction through time. Correction through time happens when in the market that at the I would say at the mid stage of the bull market, which does happen, where the correction happens when it doesn't go up and down. It just goes sideways in a very low volatility manner, like this point. That's correction through space, or like this point. That is also correction through space. So it's very low volatility, and it just going sideways, and then it took off. That's when um, the 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 bulls or some of the funds are actually accumulating, causing the market to be very low volatility. And also there are some order sellings in this area that people thinking try to pick a top. But when this kind of thing happens, when you have a low volatility consolidation in an uptrend, usually the result is a continued uptrend. So if you see this kind of behavior happen in the market, in a upward trending market, it's usually a very bullish sign. Um, you can see that here is also another one, correction through time. Sorry, did I mention this correct? Yeah, this is correction through time. Correction through space would be more severe retraction, where the market is trying to shake people out, right? Okay, so let's take a look at one another example of correction through space, correction through time. You can see that this is correction through space, where you have a sharp lift off, and then it comes down again, shake a lot of people out. You have sharp lift off. This is absolutely a classic example of corrections through space, where this thing just shake a lot of people out, right? This is a 30%, 40% move. Let me see what percentage that is. This move alone, if you bought a wrong time, you lose like 23% of point, right? And then you also have a correction through time, where the strong hands, they're not willing to sell. Once they they bought the dip, the people who bought the dip are actually stronger hands in this situation. They don't sell, so the sellers cannot push the price down. And what happened is you have a correction through time right here, then it lifts off. Okay, the reason I want to talk about this is that I want to get into the cryptocurrency right now. So in my previous video, I talked about this Bitcoin is moving similar to Amazon. We're actually very close to the end of that pattern, where the price is about to break very massively to the upside. And you can see that here. It's very interesting to see the behavior, the Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin volatility is at almost all-time low during this period. Like, this is very low volatility period, and for such a long time, since May 29th, it's almost half a month. Right now it's June 10th, so a third of a month, right? A very low volatility period, but going upwards. And the market just couldn't come down and make a low. And I'm more inclined to see this happen, where we have a shakeout, then keep going up. But now, by looking at this, if we stay here even longer, the longer we stay here, we are actually correcting through time. I'm more into corrections through space because I can add more to my position. But right now, it looks to me that we are actually correcting through time. So the longer we stay in this range, I think it's just accumulating energy, and we might see a massive breakout to the upside. Similar could, just recently Tesla did the same thing, right? I don't have to go far in history to see this kind of stuff in play. Let's take a look. So you can see that Tesla, came up, made a new high. We had a shakeout. Same thing in Tesla. This is a complete different time zone. Different time frame, and different asset class. But the behavior is kind of similar, right? If you look at this, we have a rally up, rally, then shakeout. A lot of people got shaking out. Then we just correcting through time, like right now. Tesla corrected a bit longer. So what happened was it's just Tesla. If you just keep going on like this, that's where Tesla was, and then it broke out to the upside. So is Bitcoin going to do the same? We don't know. It's hard to tell. It could be. Anyway, I'm not selling any of my stuff. Just pointing out some of the behavior in the market that's kind of interesting to me. You can see that Tesla was also trying to reach close to the top range of the previous high. Came down because some of the sellers shows up. So as Bitcoin came down because some of the sellers shows up, but the market was able to hold on to it, and it's just right now just correcting through time. So a similar move in Bitcoin could happen. Another thing in this video, okay, I forgot about the real topic of the video, is the spillover effect. So when you have so much liquidity in the market right now because of Fed, we have a spillover effect, which the spillover, think about every single asset class as a container of water, right? Then what happens is one of the asset class is really you have lots of money, lots of water, and one of the asset class, for example, all the tech stock, they got filled up and they're fully valued. Then the water is going to spill over to other sectors, like the Dow Jones, S&P, industrials, all that stuff, and it's going to spill over, making the other asset class to be fully valued again. And then it's going to spill over to even riskier assets like bankrupt, almost bankrupt companies, speculative assets like Nikola Motors, all that plays, space, Virgin Galactic, all that stuff, right? Beyond the Meat, and then it's going to spill over to cryptocurrency. Right now, the spillover effect haven't really reached the cryptocurrency yet because we're at the level that is close to this February. But for other stocks like other speculative plays in this market like Tesla, Beyond the Meat, all that stuff, they're actually closing in on all time high, right? Tesla made all time high already, so I think money could be getting into crypto. The bargain hunters are getting close to this market, and maybe the Amazon chart is not a apophenia effect. It's actually real. It's actually what the market is telling us. The human behavior is consistent throughout history. Okay, that's all I wanted to say, and enjoy the rest of your day. Great day outside.